The Bloodline storyline has become a defining narrative in modern professional wrestling. With Roman Reigns at the helm as the tribal chief, this saga has drawn comparisons to groundbreaking TV dramas like The Sopranos and Breaking Bad for its nuanced characters, evolving plotlines, and the moral ambiguity that keeps fans invested. Unlike traditional wrestling feuds, where good versus evil is clearly defined, the Bloodline has introduced shades of gray, where motivations are complex and alliances are constantly shifting. You are welcome to my YouTube channel. Please like the video, share, comment, subscribe and don't forget to hit on my post notification bell for more updates. The brilliance of this storyline lies in its unpredictability. As Heyman pointed out, no one knows what Reigns, Sikoa, or any of the other key players will do next. This sense of mystery is essential to the success of long-term storytelling in wrestling, as it ensures that fans remain engaged, constantly speculating and eagerly awaiting the next twist or turn. When Poul Heyman declared that Roman Reigns is in deep trouble, it wasn't mere hyperbole, it was a carefully calculated statement that underscores Reigns' current predicament. Over the past few years, Reigns has been portrayed as nearly invincible, a dominant force who crushed every challenger in his path. However, this unbeatable aura has recently shown cracks, leading to his current struggle against Solo Sikoa and a revamped version of the Bloodline. The attack on Reigns by Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Jacob Fatu marks a pivotal moment in the storyline. For the first time in years, Reigns is outnumbered and outmaneuvered, facing opponents who are not just physically imposing but also strategically aligned to dethrone him. The addition of Hikuleo as a potential future threat only amplifies the danger Reigns is in, as it introduces another powerful enforcer into the mix. This narrative shift signals the beginning of Reigns' potential downfall, a classic trope in storytelling where the hero, or anti-hero, in this case, is pushed to his breaking point. Fans have been conditioned to expect Reigns to emerge victorious in every battle, but this time, the odds seem stacked against him, leading to a palpable tension in the storyline. One of the key points Heyman made during his interview was the introduction of the word cinema into the wrestling lexicon. The Bloodline saga has redefined what fans expect from wrestling storylines, blending traditional sports entertainment with elements of high drama, intrigue, and complex character arcs. In earlier eras, wrestling relied heavily on simple, straightforward stories. Good guys, babyfaces, were virtuous, while bad guys, heels, were unredeemably evil. The Bloodline, however, has flipped this script by offering characters with depth and conflicting motivations. Roman Reigns, for instance, is a ruthless leader but also a man burdened by the weight of family legacy and the pressure to maintain his status. Solo Sikoa, once his loyal ally, is now a rival seeking his own path, adding layers of internal conflict to the narrative. This cinematic approach is a significant departure from the days of Hulkamania in the 1980s, where storylines were built on one-dimensional characters and clear-cut rivalries. Heyman's comparison to Breaking Bad and The Sopranos is apt, as the Bloodline's characters aren't easily categorized as purely good or evil. Instead, they occupy a morally ambiguous space where fans are invited to interpret their actions and choose sides based on their personal biases and interpretations. Poul Heyman's influence on the Bloodline saga cannot be overstated. As Reigns' wise man, Heyman has played a crucial role both on-screen and behind the scenes in crafting this intricate narrative. His understanding of wrestling psychology, combined with his decades of experience in the industry, allows him to weave a story that resonates with both casual viewers and hardcore fans. Heyman's approach emphasizes long-term storytelling, where every detail matters. As he mentioned in his interview, every single, solitary moment, every frame that we're in, has meaning for something. This level of meticulous planning is reminiscent of how the best television dramas are constructed, where seemingly minor details in early episodes pay off in major ways later in the series. In the Bloodline storyline, this attention to detail is evident in how character interactions, promo lines, and match outcomes all feed into the larger narrative. For example, the tension between Reigns and Sikoa has been slowly building over months, with subtle hints dropped in backstage segments, facial expressions, and body language. By the time the conflict fully erupted, fans were already invested in the outcome because they had been following the breadcrumb trail laid out by Heyman and his creative team. One of the standout aspects of the Bloodline saga is the evolution of character dynamics within the group. Roman Reigns' transition from a hated heel to a conflicted leader has been gradual and compelling. Solo Sikoa's rise from a loyal enforcer to a power-hungry adversary has added another layer of complexity, as fans are now witnessing a battle for dominance within the family. Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu's involvement introduces even more intrigue. As established wrestlers with a reputation for being unpredictable and brutal, their alignment with Sikoa presents a serious threat to Reigns' reign. The absence of Tonga Loa and the looming presence of Hikuleo create additional suspense, as fans are left wondering when and how these characters will re-enter the fray. These shifting alliances and evolving relationships are a far cry from the rigid good versus evil dynamics of past eras. Instead, they offer a more realistic portrayal of power struggles, where loyalty is fluid and motivations are constantly shifting. The success of the Bloodline storyline has had a significant impact on WWE's overall popularity. In an era where wrestling faces stiff competition from other forms of entertainment, the Bloodline has managed to capture mainstream attention. Ratings are up, live event ticket sales are booming, and WWE's television deals are more lucrative than ever. Part of this success is due to the storyline's appeal to a broader audience. By incorporating elements of drama, mystery, and character-driven storytelling, WWE has attracted viewers who may not have been interested in traditional wrestling but are drawn to the narrative depth offered by the Bloodline. This crossover appeal has helped WWE maintain its relevance in an increasingly crowded entertainment landscape. One of the most exciting aspects of the Bloodline storyline is the level of fan engagement it has generated. Social media is flooded with theories, predictions, and debates about what will happen next. Every promo, match, and backstage segment is dissected by fans looking for clues about the future direction of the story. This engagement is not accidental, it is a direct result of the layered storytelling that Heyman and WWE have implemented. By leaving certain questions unanswered and introducing twists that defy expectations, WWE has created an environment where fans feel compelled to speculate and discuss the storyline. For example, questions like, will Solo Sikoa succeed in dethroning Roman Reigns? Or, when will Hikuleo make his move? Keep fans engaged week after week. This kind of interactive storytelling is essential in today's digital age, where fans expect to be part of the conversation rather than passive observers. The success of the Bloodline saga has broader implications for how wrestling storylines are crafted in the future. Traditionally, wrestling promotions have relied on quick, often disjointed storylines that prioritize immediate payoffs over long-term development. The Bloodline, however, has shown that fans are willing to invest in a slow-burning narrative if it offers compelling characters, meaningful stakes, and constant progression. This shift toward more sophisticated storytelling could influence how WWE and other promotions approach their narratives moving forward. Rather than focusing solely on match outcomes and rivalries, there may be a greater emphasis on character development, moral ambiguity, and long-term planning. To fully appreciate the impact of the Bloodline saga, it's essential to understand where wrestling has come from and how it has evolved over the years. In the 1980s, wrestling was largely driven by larger-than-life characters like Hulk Hogan, who represented clear moral archetypes. The stories were simple, the matches straightforward, and the promos often relied on catchphrases and repetition. The 1990s and early 2000s brought about a shift, with the emergence of more complex characters like Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, who blurred the lines between good and evil. The Attitude Era introduced edgier content, but the storytelling was still often secondary to the spectacle of the matches and the charisma of the stars. In contrast, the Bloodline has taken a more narrative-driven approach, where the matches are an extension of the story rather than the primary focus. This evolution reflects a broader trend in entertainment, where audiences now crave character-driven narratives that offer emotional depth and intellectual engagement. As of now, the future of the Bloodline saga remains uncertain, and that's exactly what makes it so compelling. Thank you so much for watching the video and supporting Wrestling Cycle by sharing, commenting, subscribing and turning on the post notification bell for more updates.